The UK economy is in stagnation, and it's not due to the ability of the private sector to thrive. It's because of a self-inflicted problem generated by governments. The UK stagnation is a direct consequence of the atrocious budget presented by Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves. They presented a budget with the idea that it would be good for the UK economy to massively increase taxes and bloat government spending. A socialist budget in every shape and form. What is the problem? Number one is that previous conservative governments actually implemented very socialist budgets as well, with bloated government spending and elevated taxes. When Labour won the elections, they actually accelerated that interventionism, and what that has created is an absolutely atrocious situation for the UK economy. Wealth exit. The Wexit, seeing how the UK, which could have been the engine of growth of the OECD, is destroying any chance of the private sector of improving is incredible, because the United Kingdom doesn't have any problem of attracting capital, of bringing private sector growth and creating jobs. It has entrepreneurship, it has human capital, but governments have decided to put as a priority to destroy the purchasing power of the currency, to destroy public accounts, and to constantly increase taxes under the idea that that is moderate. They actually sabotage a government that tried to implement supply-side policies and that would have led the UK economy to stronger. The evidence of UK public accounts unsustainability is the 10-year and long-term government bond yields. Government bond yields continue to rise with very short periods of easing, just because the government continues to make public accounts completely unsustainable. The government is creating a problem that is even worse than anyone would have imagined, because the Reeves budget increases expenditures very, very short term and bets everything on tax increases that are hindering economic growth and productivity. Furthermore, public accounts are getting much worse. Debt issued is only the tip of the iceberg. The problem in the UK is the enormous amount of unfunded and committed liabilities that the government continues to increase. So what is happening is that despite the Bank of England bringing down rates, what ends up happening is that government bond yields are above 2022 levels. And remember, in 2022, they sabotaged and forced resignations. Now, nobody resigns, with much lower inflation, with the Bank of England cutting rates, and at the same time, everybody seems to be trying to justify socialism at any cost. An absolute disaster, which will get worse with a new budget that bets everything again on tax hikes. We have seen bond yields in the United States go down to 4%, and in the UK we have seen record levels of bond yields. This is a proof that the problem is not just the unsustainability of the current budget, not just the unsustainability of the current levels of debt, and certainly not just the damage created to the economy in the short term, but the damages created in the long term damages that affect investment, that affect wealth creation, that affect attraction of capital, and certainly job creation. That is the problem of the UK. Following the example of France is leading the UK to a crisis like the French one. The Bank of England is loss-making, and on top of that, the returns provided by sovereign debt are negative, as we show in this graph. This shows that when the government tells you that they're going to give you free stuff by spending and increasing taxes, what they're actually doing is making you poorer. The UK's problem is not a problem of its businesses or its human capital. It's a problem of governments that prefer to maintain and inflate the government debt bubble than to strengthen the private sector. Keep defending freedom.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave your comments below, and keep defending freedom. Thank you very much.